you. WorldTree is a regenerative agroforestry company disrupting the climate and forestry space by offering a new sustainable lumber. And so why do we need a new lumber? Well, the demand for lumber is expected to grow by 4 times over the next 30 years. It's actually, the lumber space has a higher return than the S&P 500 over the last 75 years. And so we actually have a number of major species that are soon to be commercially extinct because of climate change. Think redwood, cedar, birch, beech, ash, all of those that are disrupting supply chains. Many manufacturers are looking for sustainable solutions. And so for us, we're actually the first company to commercialize the fastest growing hardwood tree in North America. It's called the Empress Splendor tree, and it grows tremendously fast. You'll see a fully mature tree in 10 years. It produces wood similar to this, high quality veneers and finishes and things like that. Bloomberg called our approach the world's best carbon capture technology because in that tree is carbon. We harvest it and it goes into long-lasting, high-value products where the carbon is sequestered like that. Now, the really cool thing about this tree is when we harvest it, it regenerates from the stump. It will do that for 5 generations. So we actually get 5 harvests out of a tree where many hardwoods you'd only get 1, and then you actually have to replant. Very friendly, non-invasive, great for the soil. Our first funding of our first large project is from a biodiversity fund. So that tells you how friendly it is for the environment. The results are beautiful wood like this. The size of the market that we're going into in North America for our uses, boat builders and guitar manufacturers, major guitar manufacturers, cabinets, furniture. It's a $180 billion wholesale market that we're selling into right now. The competitive landscape is that there's no one else in North America growing this friendly species. Australia has a growing market, Europe has a growing market, but no one else here in the US does. Our traction now, we have more than 6,000 acres planted. That's more than $240 million worth of lumber actually in the ground. We'll start to be able to harvest our first fields in 2 years. So we've been growing for 8 years. We have 8 years of R&D, and we have 18 of our own exclusive genotypes that we own and utilize. And so for us, the real assets that we're growing, that produces real value. If you start to look at how we're growing and how we're scaling, we're now transitioning to larger projects, 3,000 acres, 4,000 acres, 5,000 acres like that, partnering with large institutional partners. And so we're raising capital to develop a greater pipeline of projects. If you look at the predictable revenue we have right now, just from the lumber with the timber we have in the ground, it starts to explode in 2025 and on up. And as you look at the growth projections we have, really to grow by 7 times over the next 2 years, that's potentially a value of $1 billion company when you look at the assets in the ground. Our team, we've built this team to scale. We have several successful exits on this team. 2 of us have managed budgets, annual budgets of more than $1 billion in previous lifetimes. And we have a really great team spread over 5 countries. So we're raising $4 million in equity right now. We've already done $2.4 million. I'd love to talk to you out at our table and back or by email or LinkedIn. We love to give people the opportunity to put their money where their heart is. So not only a great investment, but actually feel good about where it's going and what it's doing. Thank you very much.